Welcome to the National University online class. I'm Mohammad Fazler Rabbi, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government Kesi College, Jinaida. Today, I am going to take another class on English writing skills. This will be my lecture number 6, and the title of the lecture is News Report. In the previously, I have taken one class on report that was uh, on survey report. Today, I'm going to discuss about news report. So my dear students, when you want to write a news report, the following points actually you should be followed to write a news report effectively. First one, or first points that you should be followed to write a news report effectively. Choose an interesting event or happening to write about. As it is news report, so people are looking for sensational type of news, sensational type of items, sensational type of things, excited reports, excited materials that they feel mostly engrossed, they're mostly interested to read out. So to choose an interesting event or happening to write about is a very, very important for any kind of news report. To write any type of news report. Happening means which is buzzing around, which is happening around, which is making the news headlines all through 24 hours in your print media, in your electronics media, in your uh, social media, everywhere. Things are happening around, things are discussing about, lot of buzzing sounds around, lots of things are going on, lots of the event that is touching the every heart of the people. Those things should be taken as an item to write about, especially for the news report. So, dear students, come to the, I should say, the definition maybe. The definition about a news report. What is about news report? That is, a news report should be about something that is happening or recently occurred. A dead issue that cannot be an item for news report. A solved issue, a much discussed issue which is done long before it was happening. So that's not a news report anymore, because people have already known the ins and outs of those items, ins and outs of everything. So if barely people know about everything, that should not be the item to write about. You should take or should select an item in this way that people don't know much, or in an opposite way, we can say that people want to know, people eager to know about, they are eagerly waiting to know about. So those sensational things should be considered about to write your news report. It will take as an item to write your news report. So, current issues, key events, and crimes make good subject for news reports. Three main categories. Current issues. Which are the current issues? The things are happening around you. You should have to pick up. If you're a reporter, you should keep your eyes open, keep your head moving, keep your brain works. That what's your catchy points, catchy things, what's going around. If you see that there is a clash between two groups in your locality, it should be taken as a news. If a deadly accident is happening in your locality, that should be a current issue. If there is a success of any man or any organization or any recognition from the uh, outside of the world, outside of the country, or internationally acclaimed things, these are the current issues. If any award-winning moments for any person, for any organizations, that is the current issues. Okay. Then key events. What's what are the key events are uh, happening around or coming in future. You should uh, be very conscious. You should have to be aware of those key events. As it is, Mujib Bosho is going on in our country. This is the lot of organizations, lot of uh, programs have been made as a schedule. Schedules have been made. So these are the key events. Key events. So you have to be you have to cover those key events. You have to cover those current issues. Corona pandemic is a current issue. So the news can be written on that because this is a very burning issue. Those are the burning issue that can be selected for your news report. That's the thing. And crimes, you know, Major Sinha is a recently very talked about crime nowadays. So this Major Sinha news is can be taken as a subject for your report writing. I just give you the example or anything like this type of crime that is happening or that is make a buzzing sound around the country must discussed or talk of the town, I should say, talk of the town, talk of the topics like this. Recent chairman Shahed, this type of people, this type of criminals, though I should say it's not proven in the court, but this news can be come out like this that they are maybe they are culprit behind behind any big corruptions or very behind any other corruptions. So these are the good subjects for news reports. No doubt, current issues, key events, and crimes that may make good subject for news reports. Number two, tell the whole story in the first paragraph. This is very important for news report. Uh, though previously in the when I take the classes on essays or the survey report, I don't tell you that you will make the whole story in the introduction or in the introductory paragraph. But in the news report, this is totally opposite. You have to make the whole story. You have to tell the whole story, the main story, the key story in the very much in the first paragraph. Why? I have just given you some lines. The opening paragraph should be concise and explain the full story. The opening paragraph should be concise. It will be brief, it's short in size, but in the very brief section, in the very short section, you have to explain the full story, the whole story. You have to give the whole scenario to your to your readers, I should say, to your readers, in as few words as possible. In as few words as possible, but you have to explain the full story in a nutshell. You have to give the idea, full idea about what crime is happening, what issues are going on, what events are going on. You should put it in the very first opening paragraph in a nutshell, in a very concise form, in a very short form. Even if someone reads no further, they should know what has happened. The reason behind, the big reason behind to give the whole idea in the very first opening paragraph or introductory paragraph is that many, as I said earlier in the previous classes also, that people are now become very busy. They have not much time to read may have read the whole story at one sit or at a time. They want to know the gist. They just want to know the gist of the story. They feel that okay, and now I will just go through the main story. Then I will read out the whole story or the other associated stories later of the day or on some another later time. So as they want to feel, they feel the key interest to know the main gist story. So you should put it in the first paragraph. They read. If they doesn't read further, already they will get the idea. They will get the idea that what's the main reason, what's the main points you want to report in this news. Number three, put the most important information at the top. Very important. Put the most important information at the top. From the very beginning, we have to strike the irony. strike the iron when it is hot. There's a proverb. So it is completely applicable for the news report. So you have to be very careful to write this newspaper, because your first priority will be the main incidents, the main uh, happenings, the main story, the main incidents that is happening. You should be put it in the first way, in the top priority. You should put in your top priority list. Okay, newspaper reports should be split into paragraphs with more detail added in each preceding paragraph, with the most important information near the top. Newspaper report should be split into paragraphs. It's obvious it will be divided into many paragraphs with more detail added in each preceding paragraph. Uh, what is happening, what you have written in the first paragraph, in the next paragraph you will go through the detail of additional information, uh, additional features that has come from the first paragraph, the second paragraph. When you move to the second paragraph, to the third paragraph, then you will put, or you will add some more extra information of second paragraph to the third paragraph. In the same way, we will proceed. We will go on, or go on, on. But the most important information that I have also told in the second point, that your top priority will be that you will give uh, the foremost, the catchy, the must talked about material, the main idea in the top, near the top, or the introductory paragraph. If reports end up being too long for the newspaper, they should always be able to be cut from the bottom. It's a very tricky thing that if you write a long report, and if newspaper can provide you the sufficient space of your report, they will cut from the bottom. Cut from the bottom. As they cut from the bottom, so you have you will not take the risk that your most important news is cutting down. So you just put it in the first, the top priority list, top of your news report, and if it cut from the bottom, it doesn't matter for you, isn't it? So you should be very careful about this type of things. Okay, number 4. Make sure that the report answers the 6 W's. This is very interesting things, that your report should answer the 6 W's. There, you will you will automatically feel that after reading my report, there will be some questions regarding my report. So you have to make sure that you have to answer those. You have to make preparation that you have to answer those 6 W's. What are they? Have they answered what happened? Have they answered what happened? Have you given the total picture of that, what has happened, what is happening, what was happening? Have you given the full answer? Have the people, have the readers get the full satisfaction that you have detailing uh, the matter, detailing the report, that what is happening, what happened in that particular situation. Suppose there is a fire accident event, then you should, very beginning, that you should write that why this fire, from where, what's the sources of this fire accident. Is it from the short circuit, or is the sabotage is done? Sabotage has been done, or some mistakes. Whatever why it has happened, or if there is a bus accident, car accident, or anything, then why this accident happened? Is it for the carelessness from the driver's point of view, or the passengers make drivers hurry, or there's some problem in the road, or the weather, maybe the weather is rough, or that's why it's caused, or it happened. So you have to answer, you have to make it in the mind that you have to answer all those things. Then when did it happen? The time is important. When, which time, whether it is night or it is morning, in which time it has happened, you have to mention it. Why did it happen? Why? What's the main reason? Why means what's the main reason behind it? behind this accident, or behind this crying, or behind this event. Why did it happen? Why these sort of things are going on? You have to make the answer. Next, where did it happen? The place. The place. Why did it happen? You have to make the answer. Whom did it happen? By whom did it happen? Who is the culprit? Who is the culprit behind it? Who are the responsible for this? Which authority is responsible for this? Which person is responsible for this? You have to make a clear answer about this. How did it happen? Again, how did it happen? And you have to make the full scenario, as I've told earlier. You have to make the full scenario of the picture, that the readers can take the full benefits of you from your writing, full view from your writing, full news from your writing, full idea from your writing. So, my dear students, you have to make you have to feel mentally prepared by answering these 6 important questions. By answering these 6 important W's, automatically people will get the full satisfaction of their keen interest to know about your news report. Make use of course. Okay, sometimes you can make, if you are doing a we can say investigation report, then you can use some course. That some people quoted in this record, some people quoted like this, and it is said that it will make the story more interesting, no doubt. Number 6, don't make the report too long. If you make the report too long, then people will sometimes people will feel bored. People will feel tired. People will feel that this is unnecessary. Why this report has been too long? There's nothing much in this report. The unnecessary information, unnecessary interviews, unnecessary questions have been given there. So they will switch over the news report, then go to another news report. Rather they will like to read your news report. So don't make the report too long. In this regard, some lines are there. Sentences should be short and punchy. Very important word, punchy. Punch words. Short and punchy words should be used, that people feel interested, people enjoy it. And just what Kapil Sharma, the famous host, he always used punchy words, and people laughed out with his dialogues, with his sayings. Because of that, good opportunity for students to practice changing vocabulary. If you are a student and at the same time you are working as a reporter, it's a good opportunity for you to practice changing vocabulary. You can play with your vocabulary. Pun is a literary term, pun. You can play with your words, with your vocabulary. Grammar, of course, if you write newspaper in English, then there's a good scope of practicing grammar also, and of course punctuation. These are related with the grammar, to enhance effects and clarify meaning, and this all should be done to enhance effects. Effects means the effects of your writing. If your grammar is properly written, your vocabulary is properly placed, and your punctuation is properly placed, it will really make your writing much more effective. There's no doubt about that. And at the same time, the meaning of the language of the report should be clarified more to the people. No doubt about it. Number 7, read back over your report. Reading out loud will help determine that it will make sense. Okay, when you just finished your report writing, make sure that everything is properly in order. That means, as I've said, that your top priority is that your top news, your main focus point, your main news should be in the introductory paragraph, whether it is placed there properly or not. Is there any scope of writing is missing? Is there any language that you have used that should not be used, foully used, poorly used, not grammatically correct sentences? So you have to read out loud. If you read out loud, then those mistakes will automatically come to the ear. When it comes to the ear, you himself or you herself feel that, oh, I have just made a mistake. I just have made a mistake. I have to correct it out. So reading out loud sure will determine that all makes sense. Makes sense is a broad word, that your news report is sensible enough that it will touch the heart of the readers. Its main aim is that you have to touch the heart of your reader, touch the emotion of the readers. They can uh, fulfill their quench of knowledge, quench thirst for thirst for reading the news, thirst for the learning, thirst for knowing the incidences. If you fulfill all those things, they will feel automatically they feel satisfied with your report. No doubt about it. Number 8 is the very important. Check the facts, the sources, the findings, the way you have collected your information. You have to check the facts, of course. That is written here. A news report is characterized by its use of facts. This is what differentiates it from an opinion pitch. There is a crystal clear difference between opinion and facts. Opinion and facts. That is why it is written, a news report is characterized by its use of facts. News report should not be written in an imaginary world, should not be written in an imaginary things, from the imaginary things, from the emotions of the reporter or not like this. No. Behind every word you should report, you should keep the record, the facts, the materials, the data, the information, the materials what you have collected. You can use your cell phones, recorded cell phones. You can use tape recorder. You can use anything. You can use anything. Today's smartphone is quite enough to record all those things. You can do it, record it. If any problem arises later, you can show the proof. Actually, these all are proof for your writing. This will back up uh, your this report in future. If any obligations, any objections arises, then you can show that yes, I have some proofs. You can show that. So that's why uh, you have to make sure the facts is properly collected, the facts are properly recorded, the facts are kept properly. These are the very important matter, and this is differentiate it from an opinion piece. Opinion can be done in any time. I can give you the opinion. He or she, Rohim or Karim, anyone can give the opinion. But a reporter just just merely cannot give an opinion. There is no scope. So his words, his language, his sentences should be done from the very facts he or she has collected from the sources, and through this he can write it down in his news report. The exercise of writing a news report should help pupils in understanding to distinguish between fact and opinion. Again, the same thing. The exercise of writing a news report should help people in understanding. The people should know what is the distinguish or difference between fact and opinion. What is fact and what is opinion? They may have heard that in the incidents 10 people have been killed. Anyone just give an opinion or give a comment that 10 people are killed. But in reality, the journalist or a reporter went to the very that place when the accident has been occurred, but he has or she has found that only two people killed, uh, 10 or 8 people injured. So look at the fact and look at the opinion. Opinion is that 10 people have been killed, but in reality, not 10, 2 people have been killed. So there is a lot of difference. Again, there can be any rumors on any potential things or any things that those are the culprits, those are the criminals, those people have been damaging those things. But in reality, it has found that that particular man or woman is not responsible at all. They don't know anything about that. On the opposite, some other people who are behind the scenario, behind the shadow, they are doing all those things. They are king the, uh, they are toying with the people, they are playing with the people, they are playing with a lot of the people. Many things they are done, but they have not come out in the, I should say, in the front side. But the reporter's duty, responsibility is that to bring those unknown faces known to the public, because they don't know, they just get some opinions, but they don't know the fact. It's a responsibility of a news reporter that uh, they should make people aware of the real fact, of the real of the of any kind of situations, any kind of incidences. It is his report. It is his or her duties to do that. Okay, number 9 is a technical things. Check the spelling and grammar. I already have told you that reports should be written in the uh, third person and past tense. This is the technical points that when you want to make the news report, you have to write it in the third person. Third person method you should apply, and in the past tense also you have to do that. And at the same time you have to check the spelling. Spelling there should not be any spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes. You have to be very careful about that. And if you want to write, you should write in the third person and in the past tense also. Okay, I almost come to my end of my class. So the last number 10 points is that finally think of a good headline for the report. Finally think of a good headline for the report. Finally, you have to think a good headline. A good headline is always helpful for make any news I should say fruitful. A catchy headline, a very touchy headline, make people interested to read that inside story of the report. Inside story, I should say, inside story, the detailed story of the report. So you have to think of a good headline that attract the attention of the reader. Your main duty is that to attract the attention. When the people feel attracted to the headline, they will want to, definitely they will want to go to the detail of that fact of that news. No doubt about that. That's why it is written, a headline should be short and snappy. Short and snappy. Snappy is a good word. Short, but it's a very catchy, as it says, catchy or snappy, and grab the attention, as I have told, grab the attention of readers, making them want to read more. It is very important. It's very important that you have to, two things finally you have to do. You have to grab the attention of the readers. If you catch the attention of the readers, then your writing of news report is totally successful. It will prove successful. It will definitely give your mental boosting. It will prove your hard working a successful one. If people feel people can catch, people can get the attention from your writing. And also you have to make them to want to make them read more. If they want just to take the few lines, read the few lines and they left, then job half done, I should say, not fully done. So your main priority should be like this, that not the first few lines or the main top lines. They will go through the readers. I want to say the readers should go in full details. They should go in full details of the story of your newspaper, because uh, from those 10 points, you finally got the idea that writing a newspaper is not a very easy thing to do, because from writing the newspaper you uh, uh, want to come out with the facts. You want to keep the facts which are maybe the facts are kept hidden, kept in secret, and you want this secret to come out to the people. You want to make the hidden things come to the light. It's the responsibility of the reporter. Main responsibility of the reporter is like that they should uh, focus, they should put the light on the dark, hidden matters that are kept as a secret or kept as a hidden things. So it's the main duty of the reporter with the help of the facts, with the help of the information, with the help of the reliable source, with the help of the reliable proofs, they will uh, just find the real facts of that it has uh, that it is happening actually happening, and when they keep out they bring those facts from the out from the dark, the readers also get benefited. They will feel that okay, I don't know the before I didn't know the real fact. Now I have understood what's the real story behind this. So, my dear student, with this, I would like to conclude my lecture on this report here. Hope you have understood the methods and technique and the writing technique. Uh, yeah, I just in the finishing, I just want to add that when you like to write news report, you should keep a good eye on your grammatical skills, language skills, spelling skills, punctuation. Everything is very important. So you have to put it all those technical matters in your mind also. So with this, I like to conclude my lecture here. Thank you. Thank you all.